Yeah, 1838, good luck. We played 3 times before. If you click on a profile anywhere on the site, you'll see a score there. Click on that, it'll bring the games up that you've done. So let's go D4, opponent. Is that real? 128,000 rapid games. That's a lot of rapid chess, isn't it? What do I want to do here? I'm just looking at bishop up or bishop up. I'm not sure if it terribly matters which one I go to. Let's just go here. Here it just gives him natural development, doesn't it? But we're just going to try and get up in castle, something like this. I wonder if I've ever played anybody who's played quite that much. Oops. 129,000 close to. That's a lot in it. That's a lot. So we can trade here, we can drop back, we can pawn up. All perfectly good playable moves. I think I'm just going to drop back. I don't think he'll take, but he could. Okay, let's play pawn up. And we just want to get our bishop into play. We just got to watch out for the potential pawn push hitting 2 pieces. So we might end up having to trade at some point. Once I've cast, he might be more inclined to take. Obviously, we could take him. We could play knight up. He plays knight up himself. So is knight up a move now? Because if he takes, we can take back and hit 2 pieces. And if he takes with a bishop, we can take, kick his knight. Mixes it up a bit, doesn't it? Let's do it. I don't know if it's actually a principal good move, but it mixes it up a bit. Okay, he doesn't take, so we could take, but I don't think I should. I think I will just develop my knight slow and steady, does it? Preparing to come across, then we can take and jump the other knight in, maybe. A good playable position for both sides, so hopefully we'll get a good game out of it. That's for both of us, of course, that we want there. I bet we'll both just pretty much castle it. Just if our opponent wants to go really attacking and go queen side, probably just king side for both of us. I normally castle king side myself. I'm not really an attacking wild gambit type player. Those players tend to go more opposite castling a little bit more. I tend to go more cautious, more king side. Now I'm just looking at knight across, then prepare to take and jump the other knight in, something like that. We've also got c3 or c4, and we can maybe prepare e4 at some point. Obviously, depending on what our opponent chooses to play. He might be looking at taking with the bishop to mix the pawn structure up. Nothing wrong with that. So he could take, we take here. Knight down is covered. Yeah, he struck out with c5. Now I assumed I wanted to go c3 here. Then if he takes, we can take back, and if he pushes, we can drop our bishop back and keep it on this diagonal. It means he's less likely to castle queen side now. So we could trade a few bits off. He can take any way he wants. Then we can take here, and he can take back. If I take here now, then he does win a piece, so we don't want that. But we could take here, then here. But c3 just feels nice to me. I'm just going to play c3. Then I've got a decision to make if he pushes on. But he chooses to take, so I'll take back. And again, now he might choose to break the structure up. He doesn't do that. So I think I should castle. I don't think there's a trick there, is there? I don't think there's a trick like knight jumping across and hit the bishop, because we're not deflecting the queen. Okay. Now I'm going to take the knight, and I'm going to probably play knight across here, or rook across. Just challenge for this square. He can take whichever way he wants here, there's no real danger, but with bishop, can I go here? He's chosen to go with the queen. Again, I didn't expect that. The bishop here, what does he do? He doesn't have knight forwards. The bishop here is a move, more just a nuisance move. Bishop takes, we take. Knight takes is covered. So bishop here could be a nice nuisance move. See if he plays g5 or drops back or bishop back. I like the look of that. I'm going to go in and hit the knight just because the knight can't come forward. Then I'll maybe try and activate the rook. So he has seen that. So I'll play rook across to cover this square. Okay, he's pushed his pawn forward. I'm just wondering if I can line up this idea, but why not develop the queen first anyhow? Just slow and steady does it. Maybe get the rook across. He's playing very quickly now. Knight in might allow him to move his knight, but it gives me a nice square for my knight here. Knight in, if he comes here... yeah, don't like that quite so much. I mean, I've got bishop back. I think I'll play rook across first, just so I can drop the bishop right back potentially. But I've got to watch out for this opening up for his bishop. Now he's suddenly moving instantly. Okay, I'm going to line up the obvious and just see if we can encourage a pawn push to weaken his king's defenses slightly. He could, he may not. We're just trying to do some little bit of maneuvering right now, see if we can come up with a plan. Not easy. It's one of the mixed weather days today. I've just clicked my little heater on there, but I'll turn it back off. It's actually perfectly comfortable. It's not too cold, but it's one of them days where the weather's rather mixed. So again, I've just got to watch out in case he gets any tricks. Knight in doesn't look to be a move. It looks to be covered, but my bishop does hang. But knight in, bishop takes, queen takes, everything takes, and I think we win a pawn. I'm just looking at the obvious, create the obvious simple threat, see if he has to push a pawn, then we can always drop the bishop back and trade and target this structure. Just slow steady does it. And then at some point we want to push a pawn to give our king an emergency square. Our opponent's already got that as long as we don't have a good attack. But it's just a simple threat in it. Just play queen up. Maybe he can play knight in and sack a pawn anywhere. Takes, takes, knight takes, pawn takes, queen across. That might be a good line for him actually. It breaks a pawn structure up. So queen here, knight down might be the move. So what I've got to assess is if I do takes first, then queen up. He's got a simple pawn forward, and is that good enough? Is that all he needs? Do we give up the bishop here? Bishop and knight against two bishops. Queen here. He probably has to play g6, then queen across. I don't think there's a sacrifice on. He's got enough pieces to defend. So maybe do we come up with another plan then? Knight across. If he comes down, we can always drop the bishop back. We don't have to trade. Or we can go in and attack his queen. I like the look of that actually. The one issue might be he can come here, but I think we can trade off and just trade everything in the center with the bishop, jump the knight in. I'm going to do it. It mixes things up. It's not without risk, this, because I think I'm giving him this knight move. Oh, he's gone back, though. I didn't expect him to go back. So I can put the knight forward here, then, maybe, and then trade, I guess. I'm going to go forward and probably trade. I could drop back. Depends where he puts his queen now. I don't think there's a sacrifice on. Takes here. Takes. I don't think leads to anything. Something to consider, mind. Let's see what he does, but I've got queen up to put pressure on this pawn. So that's a move. Queen up and we're just threatening the pawn, but he can take our bishop and guard, so it doesn't do anything. Queen up here. If he takes our bishop there, then we take here, and it's going to be check, and maybe he can escape, but it's annoying. So queen up is a move. Now, if he played the knight out the way, we could simply take it. So that gives him a chance to go wrong. So here, he might have to go for this. Here, check, up, and at least we win a pawn. We threaten another pawn here, but it opens a file up. It's really dangerous, so let's do it. I don't think takes is a thing, because his knight can then move out the way. And here, he might still have to play g6. Yeah, g6 is probably the move. But that looks alright, doesn't it? Let's play queen up first. We'd like him to take here, but I don't think he will. I think he'll find g6. Oh, he's played knight back to cover it that way. But now we've got a target here. And he can still take though, can't he? He can still take. Let's drop the bishop back and then queen across then. I'm prodding and provoking, trying to put a bit of pressure on, but not easy to create chances. I expect bishop here. Queen across. Okay, queen over. He might take. He might get rid of some of this tension. He could do. Okay, he's chose to kick out a knight, so knight across could be a move, but he's not doing a lot, is he, with his piece there, so with his knight, but it's a good defensive piece. So what about here, or here to sack? Let's drop the knight back, because we can always retreat if we have to. It's probably time to get rid of this bishop now. You can see he can play quickly when he wants to. He's speeding up. In bursts, he's speeding up, so knight probably back if he attacks it, but we've got to still consider a sacrifice. I don't think it's on. I don't think it does anything, but got to look at it. And I've got queen across again. He is covered. Maybe you can just blast. Takes. It's risky though, isn't it? It's risky. Yeah, maybe that's actually a really good move for him. I might have gone wrong here, and if he gets this, that's problematic. And if I take, he gets this. Actually, if he pushes here, I might have to sack. I might have gone really wrong, actually. Now I'm looking at this. Here, I might have to play this. Takes. He's got queen across if he needs it. We're in trouble, actually. I think I've gone wrong. I think I've allowed this idea. Bishop up to attack the rook. Yeah, he's found it. I don't think I can afford to take allowing this push, so I might have to play bishop up to attack the rook. So bishop up looks to be a move. And if he pushes, we can always retreat our queen, move the knight. The bishop could get in trouble, but I'm going to risk it. I've stumbled into quite a sharp game now, haven't I? And it's... Oh, now my opponent's disconnected, reconnected. We're probably playing a cheater here. He's done a deliberate disconnect, reconnect there. We saw that. But he's got an excellent connection. Yeah, I'm probably playing against an engine this game. I saw that happen, so he's probably going to find all the perfect moves now. Ooh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Someone I've played multiple times before as well, but he's probably an engine user, it looks like, sadly. Another dodgy one. Let's get the queen back, yeah. It looks like we're playing a dodgy opponent now with that. That's unfortunate. At least it's recorded, it's on camera, so it's recorded. So, I mean, the lichess mods people, they know anyway, they can detect all of this, but now he's going to suddenly play rather well and blows off the board, isn't he? The position is going to collapse now. So something has happened, something changed. There's no good reason he would have disconnected, reconnected like that. So something's happening here, and now suddenly all good quick moves are coming. Okay, yeah, you can see the difference straight away. Okay, let's not worry about this. Let's just get this game over with and get the account reported. I'll do a more detailed off-camera check, but see, I've played this account before, but yeah, the way he's playing has changed. It's changed comfortably. So up now, if takes... I guess it doesn't matter, does it? I'm not interested in this now. Is there a sacrifice here, actually? Is there a sack? If I'm playing against an engine, then there's not much I can do, to be fair, is there? There's not a lot I can do. Can I get his queen a bit offside here? Pawn up, let him take, and then go for a sacrifice. Bring the queen in. I don't think it's a thing, but it could be. Takes, knight takes. If I get his queen offside a bit, rather than pushing here, let's do it. Yeah, I think I'm playing a bot here now. Having seen that, something's happened, so I'm going to try and get his queen offside, which he's gone for. Now, he can't actually retreat here. So rook up is a move. And he's got this move. So rook here first. He goes here and he actually attacks this. Rook here. He goes here. Rook here. He goes here. Here. Or here. So what about rook here, here, queen here? Or do I just go all in for the sacrifice? But if I'm playing against a bot, there's not much I can actually do, is there? Let's do it though. Because of what happened, I think I'm playing a bot here, at least for some of the moves. It's just a case of how many. So I'm threatening a check and a mate, but he's bound to cover it. Threatening a check here as well. Here, his queen might have been trapped with the knight here, but I didn't see how I actually win the queen. Maybe rook up, queen up, rook across, but I think he wasn't actually physically trapped. I think he always had squares to run to. I don't have time to assess it too much. Oh, and he's hung the rook. He just hung the rook, what the heck? And we hit another 2 now. Okay. So I've got check and he can block. I mean, I can obviously take. He can go here, and I can go here and try and take here. So we're obviously back in the game now. What about knight here to attack the rook and then queen check? Gotta get this right. Here, I threaten the pawn and the rook and he can't go here. So I'm going to keep the bishop on because it's behind the pawns. And I'm threatening check and come in. He's got to keep that covered. So let's check. Now I can't go here because of his knight. He'll go to the corner. So what about here? And threaten a check. I'll review this one a lot more carefully off camera. If I'm ever suspicious of any account, it doesn't matter what I'm saying at the time I'm playing the game. I always review the accounts very carefully off camera. Take quite a while overdoing that. It's not just like a 2-second thing. I could easily spend like 20 minutes, half an hour reviewing an account, but this is just over now, right? Or is it? He can still go here actually. Yeah, I don't see quite how I get my rook in. Don't see how I quite get the rook in. I've got knight here to hit the queen and bishop and then check maybe, but if I have to get the pieces off the board here, it's actually not that easy to convert. Let's check. I've got knight here and I can get one of these off, but I'm actually still losing, aren't I? Because I'm down material still. I'm actually still losing. So if I check, does he come forward? I can't get my rook in. How do I do it? I'm going to play pawn up and try and get my rook in. I think I have to. But if I am playing a bot, there's not much I can do if he's using it on some moves and not others. But yeah, if you ever see somebody disconnecting, reconnecting to a game, especially when they've got an excellent connection, it's usually suspicious. Not 100% of the cases, of course. You've got to still carefully check and do a check, but it's certainly something that needs to be reported. And they'll have details behind the scenes. They can check whether people are doing things deliberately or not and so forth. So I can check here. I don't see quite what he's got. I can check here as well and attack this. Oh, and he can't defend it, can he? Doesn't that just win the knight? Maybe I am actually back in it now. Because he can't protect the knight. We've somehow won the game, even though it looks suspicious. Just that one incident and it made the game look suspicious. I'll check it carefully off camera. We'll do our normal post-game review. 39 moves. They're the move times for both players there. Let's put it through the analyzer. I can't remember what move it was now, but obviously I'll play the video back after the game. It was round about here, wasn't it? It was there or thereabouts, something around here. I mean, we're kind of level or better for most of the game. 91 and 80 on the accuracy. Let's just flick through it. Like I say, anything I say while I'm recording the games, I'm just speaking my mind as I see it at the time. If I'm ever suspicious about anybody for any reason, then I always do a detailed review off camera. Then I'll decide whether to actually report it or not. So we're all both just doing lots of maneuvering here. We're just trying to come up with a plan. Difficult to do. It doesn't really turn until move 32 there, so very close. You see nothing being flagged for either side. He's got a nice defensive position, then he suddenly breaks out. Now I'd seen this move and it was round about here, wasn't it, where he disconnected and then all the pawns came forward. It was somewhere around it, around here. I don't remember the exact position, but it was round about this moment. But then in this position here, okay, so my concept here to try and potentially trap the queen and keep the queen offside, maybe not the best. Apparently I should have played f4. That's very counterintuitive to me to play a move like f4 there. I mean, the elite players might play that move. That's counterintuitive. If he takes, it opens up the file for his rook. I've given him a protected pass pawn. That's just no. f4 is not a move I'm going to look at. b4, he should have dropped back and not taken the pawn, because by taking it was a blunder. Now I looked at this move, but after back, queen across, I didn't see how I was trapping his queen. Because then rook here, he can step here. And I don't see how I get the rooks lined up to actually trap him. But the knight covers this escape. Is it rook across and this and queen up and eventually you get there? I'm not sure. But it's only 1.9 on the eval. So I don't think the queen is trapped. But rook up was the right move. Oh, queen to a3. Double the rooks up. Then he pushes. So yeah, we're not getting him trapped then. Queen to b3. Take the pawn, bishop blocks, then you sacrifice. So my sacrifice as a concept was good, just I did it in a different way. So yeah, it's very quite technical. I wasn't quite technical. So when he took there, I just went for this sack here, and it's suddenly back to level. And then he blunders with the rook up, just a clean rook. So what was the material count here? Queen, 2 rooks, knight, queen, 2 rooks, bishop and knight. So we've suddenly got the exchange there. So it's a rook against a bishop. And then I thought, leave the bishop on because it's behind all the pawns, not doing a lot right now, whereas my knight is active. We got a check in, we're trying to get to his king. And then when he comes forward with the knight here, queen check, you can't protect it because of the knight or because of the queen. So wherever you go, we're going to at least be able to win the knight. But we're down to just a minute each, so you could still play on and flag me, you could do. So let's hope it was actually nothing going on. But like I said, I'll review it back a bit more carefully now and then decide what to do.